I don't know. I don't know. We can't keep going like we're going. I don't know, okay? Is it clapboard or clapboard? Clapboard siding. We're cutting poplar for this. Well, I've often said a carpenter gets paid to do what other men would pay to do. And it's sort of like sawmilling. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I got a log up here. If you watched the previous episode, you saw us taking this tree down. We cut it up about 4 feet off the stump or so. And I think it's still about 21 inches here. Sort of a sway back. Probably, I'm just guessing, it's gonna have tons of stress in it. We got 1 pith on this end, 2 on the other end, so we got that to deal with. But it's sure gonna have some pretty color. Look at that rainbow. I can't wait to get into it, hardly. So I guess I need to quit yapping and start sawing. Again, I don't know how all this is going to play out. I think this is the largest diameter poplar log that I've ever sawed. I mean, if you go back and watch that episode, because I think you'll find it interesting. Doggone, that was a beast. Did that look like it took forever? Probably not, because I probably didn't show the whole thing. Well, I tightened the throttle cable probably almost 1/4 of an inch. We'll see if that's going to help matters. I don't know. I mean, feels as flat as a flitter. I adjusted that blade guide. I adjusted that guide and it's too tight. It's pinching the blade. That's my problem. All right, let me loosen that back up. Be with you in a minute. Now what, Batman? Okay, here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to cut a slab off of it, 7 inches, 6.5. Then if that works, then take the big piece off, put the small piece back on there, and see if it'll cut the small piece. this one up sideways and get some siding out of it. That's the goal anyway. Well, I ain't cutting any more. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the belt's going bad. We can't keep going like we're going. I do know that for sure. I see, said the blind man. Right here is the problem. The blade is too deep on the wheel. Not riding correctly on that wheel over there. Operator error. That should solve the problem. It should be just that simple. Maybe we learned something today. It's gone back. So I need to adjust that. So that will, I never had to do this. This is a learning experience here. Okay, so the problem on my drive side is the blade needs to go forward. The blade's riding too far to the back. So you can do the same thing that I'm doing. You can read your manual, and it's on page 86 of the manual. First thing it says to do is back from full tension, back to tension off 3 full turns. Okay, I've done that. Second thing it does, it says loosen the jam nut, which is what I have the wrench on right here, the jam nut. Loosen the jam nut on the upper bolt. Okay, so I got it good and tight now. Let's loosen that. Now it says loosen the upper bolt, which is this one, a half a turn. All right, there's a half a turn. To move the blade forward on the belt, hold the horizontal bolt stationary with a wrench, which is right here, and loosen the right side nut. Okay, I got that loose. Tighten the left side nut. So I think I need to loosen that just a little bit more. And tighten this one. All right, let's see if that did anything. I think I went just a little too much. Boy, it doesn't need much. Let me back that off a minute. I bet you I went back and forth 15 times. It's very simple. I just went too far to start with, and then I was playing catch up the whole way through. When it says a quarter turn, that's what it means, quarter turn. Don't go more than that, or you're gonna be like me. And I think we got it now. What that was doing, because the blade was riding too far back on the drive wheel, it wasn't allowing it to evacuate the sawdust, for one thing, from the teeth, and therefore it was getting all clogged up and stuff, and that was causing a drag on things. I believe when I turn this thing back on, it's gonna cut that poplar. like it's supposed to. I don't know. Something still ain't right. I don't know if the belt's wore out. I don't know, but this ain't getting it. I can tell you that. Well, we're dealing with two issues here. One is, well, you saw, I mean, it wasn't cutting. And so I knew something had to be wrong. And it's cut great, and I've never really had to do it. I never had to do any maintenance in here, but today's the day, and yesterday. I still don't have this tracking exactly like it's supposed to be. I want to give a big shout out to Woodland Mills. I don't know how other companies do their owner's manuals, operating manuals, but Woodland Mills has got it going on. Okay, so right here appears to be my slippage problem. This says have no more than 1/4 of an inch of play, and I don't have but about a yard of play. And there's 2 bolts to loosen up, this one first and then this one. And this one I've found 15/16 appears to be, and a 25 will hold that back. You don't take it off, you just loosen it. And then this is a 13. Here again, you don't take it off, you just loosen it. Seemed long enough, but maybe it is. I don't know, okay? I'm not a mechanic. I believe that's the way to roll right there. Yeah, that's the way to roll. No problem. Yeah, that was the issue. That belt, although it looks good, it's just stretched beyond its comfort level. I believe that's got it right there. Yep. I mean, you saw how much that other belt, I guess you saw. It was stretched, Jesse. And I'm just gonna go ahead and change this other belt while we're at it. Same thing with this belt. I mean, well, it's flattened out considerably. You can see in the edges. It's time for it to change. And one of the good things about Woodland Mills is these parts here. They're pretty much standard. You can find one on the shelf. From what I understand, it's your local auto parts replace these. All right, everything else I think is good. Let's get the band back on here and recheck the tracking. If it's good, then we're gonna start milling this log. Have you ever noticed most people don't show putting a band on a bandsaw? You know why? I got an opinion as to why. Would you like to hear it? My opinion is because it's just sort of an awkward exercise. I gotta get to milling. And did I mention you can order a survival kit, a replacement repair kit for these mills from Woodland Mills. I ordered mine when I bought it. Actually, I had to go find it because I didn't hardly, I knew about where it was. It wasn't too hard to find, but I haven't been in, first time I've been into the box in 2 years. But I've run that belt too long. There ain't no question about it. That's why it wasn't cutting it. It couldn't cut it, bless its heart. I was asking more of it than it was capable of doing. But I know one thing, we're fixing to make some lap siding, Lord willing. So I think this maintenance should take care of the issues we was having. Operative word is should. Let's see what it'll do. I hadn't even cranked it up since we've done this. So if it's not good, you will know it, and I will know it at the same time. That, my friends, is cutting knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces in, what was that? 9 minutes? Something like that. I see somebody forgot to put their sleds back up, but in the dust collector, but we'll get that. That's cutting sweet. I hate to admit it, but I guess you heard that, didn't you? I nipped that blamed dog. Sure is this world. I did. I smoothed the top off of it. Doggone unforced error. What happens when you get in too big of a hurry and look afterwards? Beautiful, and then bam. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God concerning you. All right. It's been a good day. This thing, although I did hit a log stop, makes a little line in the wood, but hey, just gives it a little bit of character. That's pretty sweet. Hey, see you in the next one.